Hey Rentvine users, here's one simple trick to save hours on maintenance coordinating while significantly improving your KPIs. Over the years, we've learned that the number one reason for work orders being delayed is that they're not worked on twice a day or even daily. Because if all you have to work with is a simple open status, then every work order just looks the same in that list. There's zero structure and it's just very easy to skip one. But what if I told you there's a way to instantly know what needs to happen next? I'm Tom with Cavalry Works, and in this video I will show you how to go from this non-existing structure to a well-organized way of working. By implementing clear actionable statuses, you can instantly see where a work order stands and what needs to happen next without wasting any time sifting through a cluttered list. But before I show you our 10 custom statuses for success, I quickly want to highlight the 2 key actions needed daily to be on top of your work order list. Number 1. Touch all work orders twice a day, that is in the morning and in the afternoon, to ensure that nothing slips through the cracks. And number 2, you have to enforce your SLAs, your service level agreements, because if vendors, owners, or even property managers aren't responding in the expected time frame, it's time to follow up, escalate, or even reassign. Now, of course, to achieve this, you need to be organized, and you can easily organize yourself using the following custom status. Status number 1 is to gather information, troubleshoot, or mitigate any emergency. That's the first step. You have to get all the information. You try to troubleshoot wherever that's applicable, or you mitigate an emergency before assigning a vendor. Status number 2, pending scheduled. This means that the vendor or the technician still needs to schedule with the tenant, and your job is to follow up and make sure that they do. If they haven't on time, following your SLAs, you find out why, because sometimes it might be the tenant that's unresponsive. And that's, of course, a different issue to solve. Status number 3, scheduled. At this point, the appointment is basically locked in, so this work order needs little attention until the scheduled date and time. So once the appointment date is, for example, today, then we move the work order to pending estimate. Status number 4 is pending estimate. In case that the vendor was not able to address the issue on the first trip, meaning that it would exceed the not to exceed amount, well, that means that the vendor still needs to submit a quote. And if it's taking longer than what your SLAs are saying, then you have to follow up and ask them where the quote is. Status number 5, estimate received. The quote is in, and now it's just time to present it to your owner. What we do is we send a report along with the estimate to avoid owner questions and improve the customer service. Then we have status number 6, pending approval. This is where we're waiting on the property manager or, of course, the owner to approve the estimate. And you have to enforce the SLAs here as well. If it takes too long, you follow up. Status number 7, estimate is approved by the owner, green light. So in this status, we send the approval to the vendor until they confirm the scheduled tenant appointment. Status number 8, work scheduled. That means that the repair is booked with the tenant. And this status is very similar to the scheduled status that we just discussed. Status number 9, pending invoice. That means that you received a confirmation that the work was completed, but we still need the final invoice and the pictures. Of course, if it's overdue, you chase it down. And then status number 10, invoice received. Once received, of course, we're going to share it with the owner, request any contribution if needed, and we'll close out the work order once the billing actions have been taken. So, in conclusion, by implementing custom statuses, you will instantly see what needs to be done, you will eliminate guesswork, and you'll never miss a work order again. In the beginning, it might seem like this is an extra step, extra work, but it really is not. This will save you time just because whenever you get interrupted, you can just go back to the statuses you were working on. You will never miss a work order because you know the sequence that you're working in. This is really key to your success. So let me know if you'd like to see how we can set up those statuses in Rentvine, and I will post the next video here as well. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.